before 8, so let's try to start. Hi, Natasha. So yeah, I should start. Then I will just so just to know, I'm recording the video, and we already lost someone. Bonjour, Toby. So if you don't want to have your face on the internet, you can turn off your video. And so it starts now. So thanks for coming. Today I want to make a short presentation about what we have in mind with Davide and maybe UltiTV. And I just have to accept other people coming. And I try to go pretty fast, and then we can have a brainstorming to see if you think it's a good idea or if you have something else in mind. And the goal is to finish before 8 because some of you have to practice, so we can't delay practice of Frisbee. So I'm starting the Diskin project. So we have three main projects. One is the Diskin camp. As we did last few years, we did like 80, 90 people camp, and we want to make it bigger. And sorry, I have to accept someone. So, and I'm going to talk first about the camp. Then the Diskin team. Maybe we have to change the name, but it's pretty much next gen Eurostars U24 or something. And then the Diskin School, which is a project with UltiTV. We made an app where we make some drills on last few years, and we want to improve it and maybe make a UltiTV a partner with UltiTV to make a YouTube channel. So I'm starting. Okay, first the camp. So last 2 years we made 2 editions of the Diskin camp in Fontenay-le-Comte in France. It was good because it was very cheap, but it was far away from everyone. So we are trying to make it bigger because the goal of make it bigger in 2023 is we want to make it bigger to open the experience for different country and also to be able to pay coach, because I don't want to do camp for free. It's hard to find coach. Even like last year we had like many people dropping, and I think if we can make it more professional, it's better for coach, for players, and for everyone. So I'm going to say so next. The goal is trying to have a group of players between 150 to 250 players, and trying to open it to as many countries as we can. Last year it was a fun edition because we had Egyptian, Kuwait, Bulgarian, Belarus, and some of you are listening right now, but it was very nice, and other people from Western Europe, but this is more common. And we want to keep doing it because for them it's the only way when they can try to have international experience. When for us, French, German, American, Canadian, it's easier. So, but the idea, then we still want to keep it mixed. I think keeping the balance 50% of women and men, I think it's important. It's important for many reasons, but developing women ultimate and also like for the atmosphere of the camp, I think it's important. And then we want practice trainers, coach from all over the world to bring more experience. So last year we were like Canadian coach. It was very nice. Thanks for them for coming. And I think it was a good experience, and I'm definitely looking for other experienced coach from around the world. So I will try to go as fast, and if you have any question, we can discuss later. This is just to show you pretty much what we had in mind for last year camp. In reality, it changed because we had a big problem with field last year. 10 days before they say you can't have any fields, so we have to change the schedule. But it's we try to make a week camp. Maybe we can make it slightly smaller. Maybe 5 days would be enough, but I insist of having at least 5 days because that's the time they need to make connection between country, and is one of the goal of the camp. We made a day off at the 4 days of the camp, which was need because last year it was more like they celebrate a lot on Wednesday and at the end, so they were like pretty dead. So I think this was a good balance. I'm not going to spend more time on that, but just to give you an idea of what we made. It's like 4 days of frisbee and more like 2 days of tournaments or like sports. And I think it was a good balance because 7 days of only frisbee is too long. And maybe we can get inspired by other people. Here there is a Gus Elton who organized a cut camp, so maybe he could give us our feedback later to tell us what he could change or whatever. So this was the program, the schedule. Keep doing on the goal was this is yeah marketing, but pretty much we want to make them better. We want to improve the European Ultimate, and also we want to build the community by giving time for them to celebrate together and to know each other. Because right now in frisbee, European Ultimate is getting better, but we are getting more professional, which is difficult for us to really meet other cultures. And I think it's the good thing of Ultimate is we have to improve the community, and like this we will be better at frisbee and also as human. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say on this slide. What we need. So I'm going to talk about the budget later, but it's pretty much on what we have in mind with Davide. This we want to merge the Diskin Camp with the CUSP Academy, and what we had in mind is having like 5 or 6 expert coach who will be the coach who will be paid, and we hope well paid for the camp. And this coach will have a trainees coach under them, and so all of them it will be like assistant coach. So for them, for the trainees coach, they won't be paid, but they won't have to pay anything. They will come in and have their accommodation for free, and they will have an international experience of coaching people, and also they will be assistant of top coach of the world. So I think it's a win-win situation for all of us. For organization point of view, it's free. So we need coach, and for the coach point of view, they are gaining experience, and I think it's something we can go. We are looking for volunteer because if we want to make it bigger, I can't do it by myself like last year. So we need like people to help for breeding stuff. I'm looking for a place with 2 or 3 fields. We'll talk later what we have in mind. I'm looking for sponsors to make it cheaper because we want to make it cheap, and we have a partnership with UltiTV. So the media crew should be them, or maybe we are looking for more media crew actually, just to make it because we want to sell something to the community to make it because right now it's a lot of job to make it known, so we need people to help on that. And if we had money, it can be a paid job too. This is what we need. The budget, just to tell you pretty much, this is from last year when we had like around 85 people. Something interesting is like this is all the money we had, and like 3/4 of it go for the accommodation, for the food, and then is I pay some for the coach for the venue. I pay like few things. The player gift is actually some discgraph disc. That's a cost, or you can see, and the total of last few years it was €0. So the goal is not making any money, as I repeat, but the goal is trying to pay the people who works for this project. So I'm talking about the coach and maybe the media people. This is a budget we had in mind with Davide is like for around 200 people. This I say €1,000 per coach, but it's without the accommodation. So it's experienced coach. We try. It's depend on how long. If it's 1 week, maybe it will be more. If it's 5 days, it's depend of how many money we succeed to reach for the sponsors. I still want to keep it not too expensive for players. So around, I would like to make it cheaper than €300. This year maybe it will be more expensive, but we are trying to do it in a easier way to reach. So the camp will be slightly more expensive, but the venue should be way less expensive. But it's pretty much that. You will have that, and we can discuss about it later. I continue. So the to-do list is number 1, trying to find when is the U24 World Championship, because it's a camp for U24 people. So we don't want to compete with World Championship. If it's in Europe, maybe we can do just a week later. Like these people from around the world can stay in Europe 1 week more and they can have an international experience. If it's in the US, as I've heard on different people told me like maybe it should be in the US. So if it's in US, we want to make a different date, but it doesn't have to be the week later. So the first we need to know this, and we are waiting for the WFDF to say anything. Then finding a central place and ship. That's a very difficult job. I'm looking for help on that. Right now we have maybe a place in Ghent because Gentle have many fields in Belgium, which could be nice. Maybe a location in East France, close to the Italy border and Switzerland, which is not too expensive. So maybe that can be an option. But we are definitely looking for a place we can be reached by public transport, by train, because Fontenay-le-Comte last time was a nightmare. At one moment we were trying to do it in Bologna, but I think Cuse have some issue with the university, so we are trying to find another place to host it. Last year we talked with the Felix team about a place in England, which was actually a good idea because they have many fields and it was pretty cheap. But I feel the cost of the venue will be too expensive, so maybe we can discuss about that. Then we will have to discuss to find elite coach, but I can already see some elite coach in this conversation, so I'm not very scared on that. And the less funny part is finding money to make it cheaper. This is pretty much the talk for the Diskin camp. I will continue quickly to the other project we have in mind, which is Link. So we want to make the Diskin camp bigger because I believe that's the way we can pay coach in the future, is like by making it bigger and maybe making different camp and pay the coach. This can be a way of paying coach in Europe, which will be pretty new, at least in France, maybe not in England or other country. And for that, we want to make it a new a team that represent the U24, which will be not the product, but I don't know how to say it with my English, but what the people want to target in the future if they go to Diskin camp or other type of camp or international competition. And for that, we try to do a project called Diskin Next Gen, but it can change. So the idea is making a European team with the best 8 men and 8 women of U24 from Europe who want to do this project. So maybe it won't be the best player, but the people available. And what we had in mind with Davide is they are going to make a trip like the next gen for the old people, maybe they know, but in the US, he used to make a U24 main team, I think, playing against the top US team. And they were traveling, I think, by bus, but maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. But I think they were traveling together and they were like making a lot of video about it. And I was their age. I was slightly too young to do it, and I was like super jealous. So I think that's the thing we want to bring. Like we want to motivate people to be part of this team, but by making the European way. So how we see it with Davide is we want to make a tour in Europe for 3 or 4 days, maybe more if we have more money, and playing against the top club where we go. For example, if we go in Paris, we can play against the selection of Yaka and he's no good. If we go in Belgium, we can make a selection with Mooncatcher and Ghent and making a top team interesting enough to make a game. And at the end of the weekend, we want to make an international competition with mixed national team. So Germany, GB, France, maybe Netherlands, and making a tournament where this team will play together to practice for international competition, and us, we will bring the U24 team to make a real good games to play again. What we had in mind in Eurostars, the Eurostar women team, they used to make a clinics, so we think it was a good idea making clinics during the day to improve the European Ultimate so the players select won't pay anything, but they will have to make some clinics so that the pay off the trip. And this is a date that can change because right now we are looking for we are looking for the place to host the tournament, and we thought about Bruges, but Bruges tell us it was not possible. So we are also looking for a place. And also with this team, we want to make a showcase game in Tombstone and Windmill, like on Friday night, for example, when they have usually a show game. And we already asked to Tombstone, and we want to make a shocking game U24 Europe against, I don't know, top team in Windmill or Tombstone, and that would be a way for us to sell also the camp, which will happen a few months later. What we need, the big problem for this project is we need money. So that's why we need to sell the idea of the U24 team. And so we believe that we need around 10,000 euros to make this happen. And the way we see it is I'm going to ask any of you to help me to find sponsors. And the way we can award and reward this person is if you find 5,000 euros, you get 10% for you. Because we don't have money. I don't have money to give you if you find money. So if you get some money, you can take a part of it, and we can discuss of the commitment maybe. But we were like thinking about something like this with UltiTV at least. The budget is, we believe we have a 16 player with 3 coach, and with the cost is like around 5,000 euros for the accommodation and food. And if you add the location of the van, the gas, the media, it's pretty much 10,000. But you can take more time to discuss about that later. And then, yeah, the timeline of it, which is pretty soon, because we want to make this tour in April to motivate people to apply for the camp. So we need to start talking about it. That's the reason of this meeting tonight. And then at UCF, talking to the top coach, finding a place to do it. Then finding sponsors. The idea is the players that want to apply for this team will have to make the highlight or something like this to be part of this team. Then we need to announce the selection in December, and that's it. All the rest is something funny. We need to make jersey. So if any of you have a design feeling, I will need help on that. And to do this, create a brand. So design, website, jersey. I think that anyone can help on that. Website, I think Milan from UltiTV is okay to do it. Finding sponsor, because without money we can't do this project. I'm not going to make a U24 Europe team of people who can afford it. I think it's not the goal. We want to make it free for player. And then we are looking for a female coach with right now David and myself were going to coach, but maybe we would definitely want to have a female coach. Maybe I can step back of the project and having another coach if someone is motivated. And launch of the call of application is just saying to player, okay, send us a video. And at the moment the project is between Diskin, which is pretty much me and Juliette, and UltiTV with Milan and Steph Rapano and Davide Mori that everyone knows here. Last project, which will be even faster, is 2 years ago we made a free application on phone to help people to coach. It's called Diskin. Easy, you can find the logo here and you can try it. We want to keep developing it by making more video, and UltiTV and Davide are looking to make a project to make like Rise Up, but for European. It's pretty much making video to teach how to play frisbee or drills. And then I want to make it free. UltiTV maybe have another business model, but we have to find a way. But we need to make more video of teaching frisbee, and and we can do it by filming a video at the camp. That can be an idea, and we are going to film a video at the camp, maybe sooner. Sorry, and that's it. So this is a third project if we have time. we want to sell the fact that we have good coach in the Diskin project. So maybe we want to make video of frisbee that we can put on YouTube on the Ulti TV channel, and that could be a way of making this project known and also a way of making European Ultimate better. And the last slide, I think it was something, it's a video of Diskin, but I think it's okay. I am looking for help on developing the app better, but I think it's not that important to talk it now. So let's finish this. And now, first I would like your feedback if you have any ideas on the hi for the one who just arrived at the end of the presentation. But if you have, what do you think? Do you think it's of the tour and the camp? Do you think we should separate the project, or is it good to make it together? Or I'm looking for any feedback. No, it's open mic. Just maybe I think on Google you can raise hand, and like this, no, everyone doesn't talk in the same times. I don't know if it's still possible. Oh, it's okay. So, do you have any idea how we can make it better? Right now, I think the new thing for most of you is this. So, and now it's good because we have Davide Mori that joined the, the conversation. So I think he will be happy to talk. So just to say for the last people who arrive, I just make the presentation of the camp on 2023 of the tour and about the Ulti TV project of video. So now I'm looking for feedback from you. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you have any idea of to find money? Where to host the camp and the tour? Okay. Does does anyone know where we can host the yeah, for the tour or for the camp? Okay, well that's cool. That's already yeah. And the tour is we want the idea with Davide was trying to do it close to Belgium because we can play against Germany, France, Belgium, and Netherlands in the same 4 days. But that's why we target this. But maybe the year later we can do it in Czech Republic, Austria, Italy, which is not that far, Switzerland. Yeah, that's the idea of the project. Yes, I told them everything we know, David. They are like, sorry, I don't very know how to manage a 20 people meeting online, so I'm trying to ask easy question. Do you have any of you have a name of how we can call it better? I know it's stupid, but we couldn't find with Davide a better name. And Next Gen is it was a project from 10 years ago. We are not sure we can take this name. And I still want to make a link with Diskin, but maybe we should remove Diskin. Eurostar is already taken. So if you have ideas, yeah. Y- Yeah, you're right. We haven't discussed too much with Davide, but I think it was pretty much when we find the third coach, it was a selection of us, and yeah, we will try to manage to have the better team, not the highlight team. But yeah, you're right. It's not. It's pretty much by making the highlight is like you prove that you are motivated, and that's require one or two coach reference. That's interesting. Yeah, it can be. It can be yeah, as much as you can bring to your applying. It's like applying for a job, and then at the moment we are the one choosing. But maybe we can discuss what do you think should be fair, um, and like the good way to do it. Yeah, I think it could be interesting. It's difficult to make a selection of the top 16 player of U24 in Europe. I think it would be a nightmare. Mm. I even heard that he won against Qs one day, so that's a. Ooh. Okay, okay. So for the selection, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's clear that people who did the camp can be. Sorry, can you turn off your mic just to? Yeah, thanks. So the people who did the camp can apply, and we can make a selection of the best player we have seen. But to be honest, from this year and from last year, it's will be already a crazy team. So we can do that, but I would like to open to more country because the goal of this tour is trying to also reach, I don't know, like GB guys. GB are very good, but we haven't seen them at the camp yet. We want to target more country like Italy, for example. We had only few people, and if we make this European team, I don't know, like it will be Spain. We have some players like they are good people. Czech Republic, for example, very good youth program, but we haven't seen any, if I'm correct, at the camp. So the because sorry, I think the it's like definitely like people who did the camp will be we already know them, so if we still have to make selection between two people, I think it's better for them to be part of the camp before. But my goal is trying to make the best team, and maybe in a, so let's be crazy, if it's this works and it works for years, like next year we can even like play against American team, or even make a U24 from Europe against U24 from Asia against U24 from uh, North America or South America. I don't know. This can be bigger, so I don't want to just do the people who went to this game. Yeah, Luca. Yeah. Uh, uh, okay, I agree on what you say. It's why on this presentation, I think I made like maybe I'm not right, but I agree that the product we can sell it better is the tour, just by because it's making more view on internet and that's the way it works, sadly. And for the camp, my goal is trying to link together because if we don't have money for the camp, we can't make it cheap, and I don't want this to become like every ultimate tournament which has become super expensive. And so we need to find a way, and let's say like 80% of the money we get is for the tour, but I still want to have some money to, for example, pay some of the coach for the camp, because I think that's the way we like the elite tour is great. It's going to motivate people, but the very way we are going to improve the European Ultimate is by opening the the experience to like countries that are not used to make this type of international competition. Yeah, look again. Okay, it's an idea. I'm going to ask to Steph Repano, which will be the sponsor guys in charge, and ask him his opinion. He's not here tonight, but yeah, it's something. But thanks for the idea. Do you? I'm looking for ideas also to reach new countries. Like right now, I'm looking at Felix. How or Rachel? How can we have like Czech and GB guys coming at the camp? Like I don't know how to like Fontenay-le-Comte was too far from everything. I can understand. Is it the date or something? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I will need your help on finding this group of people, or because last year I tried a lot, and I think the GB, yeah, the Brexit with Ultimate Frisbee Ultimate get too big. Mhm. Okay. 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 Yeah. Ghent, is it? Is there? No. Something I would like to know, because we have many different countries around. Which is the date that could work for your countries? Because I know with holidays, with most of you are like students, and I need to know, is it because end of August, for example, I know for Belgium it doesn't work because that's their national exam. It that yeah. There the, for yeah, no, no one have. hints about the date of the U24. No one here is well connected to the have secret things. It's time to step up if you have it. But it should be so. What we believe with Davide is trying to organize it beginning of August. So the U20 World Championship should be at the same date, but we are targeting more like the 20, 21, 22, 24 years old, which is either as an organization point of view, to be honest, that 18 years old people, or people that don't have enough people in their nationality to make a national team, like someone from well, not Natasha, but Belarus. Yeah, they don't have a U20 team yet, so they could come to the camp. Or we had someone from Bulgaria. It was the same. I think it was a good experience. Hmm. Yeah, it's 15 to 20, I think. I'm going to check. No, national. Ah, the real one. I kind of agree with Rachel that we want these people, the people who play a national European team, we want them to be able to join the camp because that will be the leaders of the U24 team. So if you, yeah, maybe it won't be the few days later, but maybe it will be because we also discussed with Rachel at one moment to not make it from Monday to Sunday, but making from, for example, from Wednesday to the next Monday, which is like 5 days, and that it's making a three days gap. And it also will depend of when the field are available, to be honest. But yeah, we want to make it to make a small break maybe after the national team, because I really believe that the top U24 people we want to target are, we want them to play the national team too. So sorry if it was messy, but I agree with Rachel. Yeah, I have one thing before we all agree on end of July is if the U24 camp, if the U24 World Championship is end of July, which could be happening, that's something we have to see. Because if it's in the US, I don't know, maybe we can do the same date and trying to target all the countries that doesn't go for U24. And but if it's in Europe, I think we will have issue to make it the same week. Ah, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Um, okay. Uh, okay. Sorry guys, sorry Luca, I seen your hand, but with Google Meet we have only sadly we have only 1 hour, and it's like 2 minutes before the end of the call, and I think it's a good way of making it short. So I will need to close up. I can see like there are many people in this call, like 20 are there, and I know like 5 or 6 people asked me to record it to see it later. So I will send you I will send you a way of make it like if you want to continue in this project, now you know what we have in mind, and try to contact me directly and say, okay, I can come to coach, to help to find money, to do the jersey, to volunteer for the camp or whatever. And then I will make a WhatsApp group, I think, or maybe a sharing email, So I will need you to step. You're already here, which is great. But now I will need you to send me a message and tell me what you have in mind. Now you know the project, and tell me, okay, I can help on that, or that, and you will join the conversation. I need to close up the meeting now. So if someone have to, yeah, Slack or Discord, yeah, maybe a Slack would be like, we will find the best organization in the following days. But right now, what I need from you is more like telling me, okay, I'm in and I want to do this. And then we will try to merge people together to say, okay, you can work with him and him on the sponsor, him and him on the making the tour happening. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Thank you again for being here. And yeah, if someone has something to close up, like there is 1 minute left from Google. So, but it's very great. Like I can see like a lot of people, so I'm very happy to see you there. Maybe it's going to cut at any moment, so sorry for the end. Yep. Thanks again. Thank you for everyone. Merci beaucoup. And send me a message.